Officially, she's furniture. She comes with the apartment. She belongs to the tenant.
We're a little over a quarter of the way through 2022, and we've already had a war in Europe, Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, and Morbius existing and sucking. Nobody could have predicted those things, except Morbius sucking. But there are a ton of movies that tried to predict what might happen in 2022. So here's how the rest of the year is definitely going to happen. First things first, we're gonna eat people. Don't worry, they won't be alive. See, in 1973, the movie Soylent Green released, and it predicted that in 2022, the planet would be overpopulated and people would be pissed and scared. So far, so accurate. But the way to solve overpopulation and make sure everybody had enough food was to take anybody who died or had just been thrown in jail, melt their bodies down, and turn them into little crackers that everybody eats. A big plot point is most people don't know they're chomping down on grandma, so it's possible this is happening right now in 2022, and we just don't know about it. Looking at you, gluten-free Ritz crackers.
Good cracker.
And speaking of horrifying things that should be a crime, the 2014 movie, The Purge, predicted that in 2022, America would be almost entirely crime-free. That sounds pretty good, until you realize the way this happens is they make all crime 100% legal for 12 hours a year.
I know a lot of things, but I don't know about that.
The basic idea is people are able to purge themselves of their desire to stab their neighbors or illegally refill their soda more than once by getting a few hours every year to go as hard as they can. Of course, this is mostly terrifying and awful, but hey, at least it's not as bad as what they thought might happen in the 1990 movie The Dark Side of the Moon.
The dark side of the moon. Help is only 250,000 miles away.
In that movie, in 2022, a spaceship orbiting around the moon experiences a malfunction and ends up stranded for a while on the, you guessed it, dark side of the moon. And that's a bit scary on its own, but it's made much worse when they learn they're not alone. The literal devil is also there doing his devil stuff, so here's hoping that if the devil is living on the dark side of the moon in 2022, that he stays living on the dark side of the moon in 2022. Don't come down here. We don't want you. Oh, and speaking of space in 2022, the 1993 movie Alien Intruder initially makes it seem like space travel will rock and be completely Satan-free. Because space trips take so long, crew members can kill time in a virtual reality simulator not that dissimilar from Oculus Rift stuff that does exist today in 2022. Even better, it's like a sex simulator with hot virtual ladies and everything. But then a real hot lady gets in there, kills all the virtual hot ladies, and then she starts killing all the real hot boys. Hope no hot ladies, virtual or real, kill us while we're chilling in Zuckerberg's metaverse office break room in 2022.
All right, perfect.
Boy.
Oh, hey, Mark.
And speaking of death, 2017's Geostorm movie may not be that old, but its prediction for 2022 feels like it could maybe happen. If Geostorm is correct, the world is going to be overrun by insane storms as a result of some satellites going haywire, but it's all good because Gerard Butler will save us. So don't worry about it. 2022 is going to be great.